We saw you on crutches, on your wheelchair and crawling. You were literally crawling up that hill.
Yes, literally crawling.
I salute you. I really do. It's an amazing achievement. I know you had great support, but a remarkable achievement. But tell me, you went in for basically quite a routine operation.
I did. I went in for an arthroscopy on the back of my wrist, and unfortunately, we're not sure exactly what happened, but my body went into an autoimmune response. Jeez. I still haven't been given a diagnosis or prognosis. I've seen over 26 consultants. We don't know where it will lead or what results I will get, but I'm a determined person, quite headstrong, and I'm determined that I'm going to keep fighting this, and this will not beat me.
Well, we can tell that. We can, you know, that obviously from doing that. There's a lot of people who would, you know, if this happened to them, they end up being paralysed, that they would think, well, there's nothing I can do here. But you have fought so hard, and we saw that there. It's quite remarkable. It really is. Where did the whole idea of this come from? It
originally came from, I was sitting in a physio session with my physio Richard, and I was due to climb Kilimanjaro, and I'd seen it on the charity programmes and other people climbing it, and I'd actually planned it, and that had all gone to pot because I'd become paralysed.
Right, this was obviously before the op, yeah.
Yeah, so I decided that I needed a new challenge. I wasn't allowed to return to the work that I did. I set up a charity, and I knew that if we were going to do a challenge, it had to be something crazy, mad, and something that hadn't been achieved before.
Sure.
Sand and wheelchairs don't go together.
I was just going to say, how did you do that on a wheelchair? That is quite remarkable. You know, how could you get your wheelchair through the sand?
And a fantastic man named Chris from Sinkports Mobility built my chair. He designed it, he built it, he came up with the ideas of it. We trained at Canberra Sands with it.
And that's why at some points you had to abandon them and literally crawl?
Yeah.
And what was brilliant was when you were doing that, everybody's round about you saying, go for it, come on, go for it. That support that you've had, I know they're all here this morning supporting you as well. Yeah. I don't know that you'd been able to do it without them. What do you think? No,
I would never have been able to do it without them. I'm incredibly lucky to have met such a fantastic group of people. I've been lucky that I joined the David Lloyd Club, and
so you joined the gym?
I joined the gym.
Now, that's an interesting one, because I would imagine that quite a lot of people who have a disability would feel, maybe I'm wrong, but might feel a little bit intimidated about going to a gym, perhaps. They shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't, but it's going through the door. It's not the gyms themselves, it's us disabled people going in, because you feel very different. You don't know if you're going to be allowed to use the equipment or how people will perceive you. Okay. I was incredibly lucky that all of those people accepted me into the gym. I've got my tennis coach that I work with there. I've got my physio that I work with there, who's known me since the day after my operation. Right. I've got managers that allowed me to do things without... Well, yes, there were risk assessments, but I said, if you allow me to take the risks, please, can you? Sure. I had personal trainers that put me on equipment that they should never have put me on, using straps and tapes that I could try everything. But it means that we can do everything that everybody else can do, and that's what's hugely important for disabled people, that you feel the same as everybody else.
No, exactly. And tell me about Freedom for Wheels. I can see that on your T-shirt.
Freedom for Wheels was the charity I set up. My son helped me set it up. He's only 16. We decided that wheelchairs, equipment, specialist gyms and physio services are hugely expensive. Yep. There is no funding for it. And so we set up the charity to raise money and raise awareness, so that we inspire independence for disabled individuals, to allow them to afford gyms, to allow them to try things and afford their wheelchairs that they need.
And it's that independence as well. It's so important, isn't it?
It is, because independence brings dignity.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
And if you have your independence taken away, you also have your dignity taken away. And for me, that was the most important thing.
You're a remarkable woman, totally inspiring. We'll put all the details of the charity on our website as well, so that people can check it out, because it's a fantastic idea. And I know that you're still raising money from the trek that you did. It's still coming in.
It is, which is great. And we've raised a huge amount, and we can't thank everybody enough for all the money that they've given us.
You're fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming in, and it's great to see your gang as well.
They're a brilliant gang.
They're good,
I could never have done it without them.
There they are.
Never have done it without them. They dragged me, they pushed me, they pulled me,
they did. And I should say, you only got back last night, so that's pretty good going as well.
We did.